We only lost 2 games at home last year, but obviously one of them was Glasgow in the league, and we took Munster to close. But the difference obviously was a narrow loss as opposed to a narrow win. So the players have shown huge character, I think, in first 3 games, and huge commitment. And if you look at the latter stages of both games, one, how we tactically and physically saw out the game in Munster to win the game, I thought showed a maturity and a presence and an edge that we have hoped to see. And then flip that on its head, the last set of defence against Glasgow, having lost the kick-off, which was a frustration, but after kicking the goal, we then saw a set of defence that just, we're knocking big men back time and time again. A very big side, Glasgow. You don't really realise, although they play their rugby, they're a big physical team, and to defend in the manner we did to close the game out, I thought was outstanding, and finished by a great turnover from Sam.
And it's an obvious thing to say, win your first 3 games, everyone looks forward to coming to work, and there is that sense of optimism. And you alluded to the fans last Friday. There was that sense there at the Arms Park as well.
It was a great atmosphere at the Arms Park, to play a big side at home and win that, which is great. And like I said, you can only really link that to derbies where you get that same atmosphere, and it was really pleasing to generate that sort of crowd. We didn't see that crowd at Edinburgh, although it was a loud, passionate crowd. It wasn't as big anywhere near as the Glasgow game. So it moved in the right direction, but to get that, to fill Arms Park as often as we can, is one simple recipe, and that's to win games of rugby. The more we win there, the more people will come and watch us, especially the way that we play. So we're aware of that sort of responsibility to create our own following, if you like, from trying to be successful on the field. But what we also need to do, as we know, to climb the league, is to be better on the road. We've proved that in the first game. That next test comes this weekend.
Just last one on Zebre themselves. I know some people have had a pop at Italian clubs and perhaps the state of Italian rugby in general, but they were very unlucky on the weekend, given what happened out in northern Italy.
Yeah, I mean, from my angle, I think maybe the proof has been recently that the Italian side struggle on the road, but I can assure you they are a very, very different challenge at home. They're extremely proud of their home venue and their home support, and they play a sharper game of rugby, both physically and execution of skill. And I've witnessed that a couple of times, and as you know, not many sides go to Zebre and certainly don't win by big margins. And I think Welsh regions, as all of us generally over the last couple of years, have struggled there, not picking up a huge amount of wins. We want to put that right. Last year, I didn't think we went there with the right mindset and attitude. I'm hoping that that won't be the case this year. I think we've talked a lot about that leading into this game, and I think it's a real test to see where we are mentally, because we've just proved in 3 games we can play some rugby and win some games, and not taking anything away from this venue, because it's a tough place to go against a tough side. But I still think we're going there, we're putting the expectation on ourselves to win.